Hi everyone, welcome to Jatty Mathematics Only. As many of you guys know that all my videos are based on mathematics. So before starting today's topic, if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notifications for all of my upcoming videos. I will try to give answer for all of your questions, so watch the video till the end without skipping. Let's start today's topic after a little intro. Okay, so friends, in this video we are going to discuss about vectors. In their modern form, vectors appeared late in the 19th century when Josiah Willard Gibbs and Oliver Heaviside of United States and Britain respectively independently developed vector analysis to express the new laws of electromagnetism discovered by the Scottish physicist James Clerk Maxwell. Let's start today's video. First, the definition of the scalar quantities and the vector quantities. The physical quantities which are specified with the magnitude or size alone are scalar quantities. For example, length, speed, work, mass, density, etc. Next is vector quantity. Vector quantities refer to the physical quantities characterized by the presence of both magnitude as well as direction. For example, displacement, force, torque, momentum, acceleration, velocity, etc. Next is some specific types of vectors. First is zero vector. It is just a mathematical concept which helps us to define negative vectors. It has no magnitude and no direction, but still it is called a vector because we get it after adding two vectors. 0 vector plus a vector is equals to a vector, and a vector plus 0 vector is equals to a vector. The sum of two vectors is 0. They must be antiparallel to each other, and if sum of three vectors is 0, they must be coplanar. Next is unit vector. A vector of unit magnitude used to specify a particular spatial direction. The normalized vector or versor u cap of a non-zero vector u is a unit vector in the direction of u. That is, u cap is equals to u by mod u, where mod u is the length of u. Next is equal vector. Two vector a and b are said to be equal vector if their magnitude and directions will be equal. A is equals to b if Next is negative or opposite vector. If two vectors having same magnitude but opposite directions, then they two vectors are called negative or opposite vector. AB is equals to minus BA. Next is like and unlike vectors. The vectors having the same directions are known as the like vectors, and the vector having the opposite direction with respect to each other are termed to be unlike vector. Next is collinear vectors. Two vectors are collinear if they lie on the same line or parallel lines, and they are defined by b is equals to xa, where x is a scalar, non-zero scalar, and then a and b are called collinear. Next is co-initial vector. Co-initial vectors are two or more vectors which have the same initial point. For example, AB and AC are co-initial vectors, have the same initial point A. Next is coplanar vector. Coplanar vectors are the vectors which lie on the same plane in a three-dimensional space. Next is localized vector. A vector which is drawn parallel to a given vector through a specified point in space is called a localized vector. And next is free vector. If the value of a vector depends only on its length and directions and is independent of its position in the space, it is called a free vector.